I think we're live. Oh yeah, we're on the air. Hi everyone, this is Molly Z here, and I get the pleasure today to interview and chat with my mentor, Robert Hollis. He's actually becoming one of my favorite people here. So we're gonna hang out and do a little talking about business, fun, just everything. Robert, I met him a while ago. I guess probably about, I want to say 2 years ago in Las Vegas was the first time we ever met. And I think the first thing that I loved so much was how nice you were to my kids and how you made them laugh, and your impression on them has been lasting 2 years since we met. They still talk about you and they still look up to you, and so that was probably my one of my favorite things. And then, when I think of you, I think of like happy, jolly. Like I put my wreath up because you kind of remind me of Santa Claus, like happy and jolly and giving everybody gifts. So I love that. And then, a couple other things, and I'm going to look at my notes here because I'm still kind of new at doing this, so don't mind me when I look down, but, happy, jolly, gracious, generous, reliable, and just a lot of things that you don't find all together in one person that you have. So I want to introduce Robert Hollis, my friend, and then I have a friend for you to meet real quick too. So, say hi, Robert.
Well, hello, Molly. It's an incredible pleasure to not only finally get to do an interview with you, but I really love getting to know you. I really do. We just got a chance to spend some more time together in Las Vegas again, and you're the same way. You love people. You're very compassionate, and if there's a phrase that's always said about this profession is people don't care what you know until they know that you care. And the one thing that I do know about Molly is that you can see the way her children love her, and so I admired that of her. And so this is so fun to finally be able to get a chance to work with each other, and this will be one of very many interviews, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, great. Well, so before we get started, I want to introduce you really quick to my little friend here, and I want to show everyone too. So everybody say hi to Coco.
Adorable.
My boyfriend was laughing at me because he goes, "Are you going to use Coco as a prop?" And I'm like, "Hell yes, I am."
I'll tell you what.
Anyway, so there's Coco, and now I'm going to let her go. All right, go see Daddy.
Terry,
Anyway.
Terry already likes you, and now that you're an equal dog lover, anybody that watches my wife's Facebook page is if you don't like dogs, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I kind of did that for all the dog lovers out there because I've had, probably not to get off track here really quick, but I've had, like, Coco's my 14th dog, and I adopted her when I adopted my boyfriend. And I hate to tell everyone, I hate to say this, but she's like my favorite. It's like saying you have a favorite kid, but she's like the most amazing dog I've ever had. So that's why I had to introduce her to you guys. So anyway, well, let's get going. I'm going to ask you some questions, and the first one is probably the most important, and I think it'll be your favorite question at least, but how much do you like chocolate?
See, you were saying you were saying you're
several.
gonna, yeah, you were saying that you were gonna try to get me, and I see that you're gonna do it already.
I have tequila here. I have what's this one? Oh, Remy Martin, and then some Kahlua. So I was just seeing. I'm gonna send you some. So I just wanted to know what your favorite would be.
I'm salivating right now. I definitely love chocolate.
All right. So now we'll really get serious. I promise. So why why we don't like to have fun, do we? No. Okay. So why are we doing this interview? So, for me, the reason that I want to do this interview is to help people. First of all, I want to, extend this out to all of our affiliates because we have a lot of fabulous people that are involved in our business here, just the best. And if there's any way that they can use this to their advantage, then I would love for that to be able to happen. And then I also want to, just help remind people what they have in front of them because it's super powerful. And I'm not sure that, when you're first going in, that everyone just remembers like what
Right.
they have in front of them and what it can actually do for them because it's super powerful. So to remind them about that. And then the other reason is just for guests that we're inviting to take a look at our free training, or if they want to sign up for the mentorship day one like I wanted to because it's so amazing. I just want to get a few questions answered. I know that people don't, how does it go, Robert? People don't know how much you care until they, no, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Wow.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
So anyway, I know that, but at the same time, they kind of want to know what's up. So that's
Yes,
part
we
of
do.
the intention of this interview. So,
Excellent.
okay, so here we go. Can you tell us what Unlimited Profits is, what Success in Minutes is, and how people can benefit from it?
Absolutely. I love that question. Okay. It's my favorite question. When I first, 27 years ago, man, it makes me sound old. 27 years ago, when I met my mentor, again, I didn't know what marketing was. I didn't know what affiliate or network marketing was. I didn't know what a mentor was. I didn't know these things. And so, when I met an individual that taught me a bunch of thoughts and philosophies and ideas and mindset, if people knew me before I met my mentor, you would not believe it. If you guys ever get a chance to sit down with Terry, my wife, and get to meet the girl that I dated, or talk about when we dated before I got involved in marketing, I just wasn't a good person. I don't want to get into depth, but I wasn't dealt a very good hand as a kid. And so, with all of that and absence of family and all this craziness that happened to me, got in a lot of trouble, I had a chip on my shoulder. And I just wasn't a good person. I felt like if the world did me wrong, then I was just going to do everybody else wrong. So when people really get to find out who I was before and who I am now, they're sort of blown away. They can't really believe it. And so if you had somebody or something that altered and changed your life that much, so I went from being happy every day to having an unlimited amount of friends, making more money than I ever had, this incredible lifestyle and praise and recognition. I wanted to make sure, Molly, that everybody in the world knew what I knew. So my mentor even said to me, I took the time to actually really take notes and journals on everything that he said and did. And my whole dream one day is to share the information that he shared with me with everybody else. So that's where the first thought of Unlimited Profits came from. And, he taught me in 2 companies, and then I took my downline, and we started another company that's 22 years old today, does over $700 million. And so, so I've been doing this a long, long, long time. And so, then the next thing is okay, if I could put this system and teach this system and philosophy and training to other people, well, then all of a sudden, times change. It went from videotape to DVD. Now all of a sudden you can do YouTube videos. We're on a Hangout right now. This will go right to YouTube. And now it put me in a position where I could teach the whole world. And Molly, I just wanted Unlimited Profits to just be a system that people use to learn marketing, become an entrepreneur, and be able to build anything they want. I think the most valuable product that a person has is them, their story, their voice, their confidence. Because if you become inspired and you start doing great things with your life, you inspire other people. So, you sit there and you think about Oprah Winfrey or Ellen DeGeneres, and immediately when you think of these people, you think, wow, well, they're good at what they're doing, but how many women have they inspired? You know what I mean? When you think of these women, right? And so my goal, that was the first thought. So Unlimited Profits turned into just being a training company. Then what Success in Minutes started to be is more of all the tools that I started learning to use to build online marketing. Now, a lot of people don't know this, Molly, and I don't know if you heard this, but I told Tony Potter, which was a dear friend of mine, and Jovan Kabasic, 4 years ago when I met them, that I was going to do the same thing I did in network marketing with online marketing. I was going to seek out the best of the best of the best, and I was going to learn from them. So there's a guy named Jeff Walker that's written up in Forbes magazine. He's the $400 million man. They call him that because not only has he made that much money, but his clients, the people that he's trained, all combined have made over $400 million. You look at Amazon, it's a $77 billion company. To think that it's 6 times larger than Amway. So this online stuff is for real, really real. And so I got to meet a lot of Jeff Walker's students, like Frank Kern and Evan Pagan and Brendan Burchard. And so I had not only spent tens of thousands of dollars to buy all of their stuff, but I've also been to all of their programs. I went to a 10X seminar in New York City with Brendan Burchard for like 4 days for $10,000. He's the one that showed me the format. Me and Max Miller went there, learned the entire format, and that's where the book, How Is It Working, came from, and how we got that book to #1 in a couple of categories in Amazon. So I teach what I do. I find mentors that are good at it. So the thing that I seen that I didn't like in the affiliate marketing, though, is I would be teaching you, Molly, A, how to build your brand, 2, how to put together products in an ebook and a book, and then once we market those, you're done. See, I fell in love with another side of network marketing where I get to teach other people how to do it, and I make money from that, called leverage. And then I fell in love with this thing called a residual income that keeps coming in for doing one thing one time. So we're the thought of Success in Minutes with a customizable blog, all the difficult technology stuff that people don't have the time to learn. I wanted to put all that together in one system: unlimited capture pages, a customizable blog, a contact manager, put in free training, because the way you're supposed to build a list and a network of people is, Molly, you're supposed to put together free tools to give away for free, and for doing that, the person becomes your customer or your follower. Well, how long is that going to take an average person to do that? So I thought if I put together 200 hours of free training, then that would allow people like you and other people that are watching this video to give away my training from my success for free to get that person to know, like, and trust you. And so this is not stuff that I'm making up. This is stuff I learned from the affiliate online marketing space, which is billions and billions of dollars, and then also the offline marketing and network marketing. I just decided to put them both together. And so, there's not a doubt in my mind the kind of success that people are going to get from this, because, it's already documented. It's just one guy, and there's a couple of guys out there that I know that are trying to attempt to do the same thing. And you can't take two good markets and put it together and not have people figure it out. I'm looking forward to helping 1 million people get inspired, motivated, and trained. And I don't care that they get it for free. I wanted to put a system together, Molly, where people could get in for free, get trained for free, build a network for free. And if they shared the affiliate links and anyone bought anything from network marketing, Unlimited Profits, like Success in Minutes, we'll send them a check. They don't have to put any money in, and then they can go, wow, this works. And then they decide to work. They can take it to another level, or maybe they never do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's pretty masterful, really, the way that you've put this all together. And I guess what I want to do today is to get people to know that, So yeah, it's pretty masterful. If you could say, like, is this for any specific type person? Like, who would you say this is for? Like, would you say this is for network marketers, online marketers? I mean, you've already said it's pretty much for anyone. What about someone that just wants to, become a better person, overall. Maybe they're just not even into network marketing or online marketing. They just want to become a better them.
You already said it all.
Yeah.
Originally, again, it was designed, the evolution of who we are today is it started out to be a system to help my group within the company that I was in at the time be the best they could be. That's all it was designed to do. And Eric Worre is always going to get the nod for being the individual that invited me to go to one of his seminars. He gave first. I guess in a way I gave first because he was promoting a product for another guy and I bought the product for him. Then he invites me to a free training. I go there with my sons, Matthew and Robert Hollis Jr. Then he invites me to a GoPro event 3 years ago. And that was the first time, Molly, that I thought of teaching other people outside of my group and outside of my company. And, not to get off track, but you wouldn't believe the number of people that I know personally that are involved in network marketing companies that I got there this year, and they went, wow, this is what marketing is. When you've seen, over 200 companies and over 400 people that make 6 figures a year, from male, female, young, old, from 100 different countries. People seen that and went, wow, this is what being an entrepreneur really is. Because we tried to pinpoint it and say, well, it's offline, it's online, it's affiliate, it's direct sales, it's network marketing. It's marketing. So it's for everybody. It really, really, really is. From a person that just wants to learn and play with it a little bit, someone that hates network marketing. That's what the second evolution of me was I thought I would just do affiliate marketing so I wouldn't compete in the network marketing world. Now that's changed. So now we're here for everyone. And I even took it one step further. Before I wanted to just be the guy that taught you and gave you the psychology and the tools and the skills to be successful at your network marketing company. Today, I'm competing against those network marketing companies. You can choose either way of what you want to do, but because all my training will always be generic, but now I put a compensation plan within our company that rivals anybody out there. So I want to meet people that have never been in network marketing before, people that have hated it. I want to get them back in love with it. People that are never going to change. I'm going to make sure that they understand just the first part of our company, which is affiliate marketing, because people make money there too. So try to help everybody out.
So what you're saying is even Coco could benefit from this?
Now Coco is going to have a difficulty because Coco's like some of our children sometimes. They just make sure we feed them and take care of them, make sure they go to the bathroom, and that's it.
Yeah.
Coco's loved and in a comfort zone right now.
Well, so just to clarify, because I think this is a big question too, is that if you're already in a network marketing company, all this can do is help you benefit. The training can help you benefit and possibly, help you do better in the company you're already in, correct?
Well, I know it will. I've helped 45 people make over $1 million a year in this industry, tens of thousands of people in over 40 countries, make a full-time income in this. And I've also helped 7 people start their own network marketing company. The one thing that I want everyone to hear, very, very simple, is how can someone take you to a place that they've never been? If you really seriously think about that, most people don't like asking for help, so they're just out there rowing the boat all by themselves. You know what I mean? That's a school of hard knocks. That's not the way, in my opinion, you should do anything. If you want to learn to dance, go learn from a dancing instructor. You're not only going to have fun, you're going to learn fast, and you're going to be impressive. You know what I mean? Just go learn from an expert. Everyone has experts that I know that's successful. And so if you're not making $10,000 a month residually every single month, I mean, money coming in and you don't have to work for it because there's people underneath you making a full-time income. If you've been in this industry for over a year and you have not received that status, there's only two reasons. One is you don't know what to do. I can help you. And two, you know what to do and you don't know why you're not doing it. And I can help you.
Yes. I think that covers most people out there that are, in the profession, whether they're new or old, or, I mean, most people either haven't done what they want to do or don't know how to do what they want to do. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want to seek information that can help you get to where you want to go? Why wouldn't you?
Absolutely. I think that if you look at someone like, for instance, like Tony Robbins or Les Brown or Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, we've lost two of those. I got to see both of those multi times. I'm a personal development junkie. I love it. I can't get enough of it. I probably spend $50,000, $60,000 a year on personal development and live seminars. I cannot learn enough. So I'm always, sharpening the axe. I'm always learning from people that I got to hang around with someone because of Eric Worre that gives away $110 million a year to charity.
Unbelievable.
So you think you're hot stuff, and I'm driving a new Rolls Royce, and I got nice homes, and I got a nice lifestyle, and then I hang around a guy that owns Starkey Foundation that gives away $110 million a year, flying all over the world in his Gulfstream 5, you know what I mean, fitting children with hearing aids that can't afford them. So when you hang around people like that, you start going, oh my God, I need to step up. And a lot of people don't know this about Tony Robbins, but Tony Robbins breaks a record every year. I think he said this year, I don't remember if I got the number wrong, but it's either 20 or 30 million families he's feeding this year. When he was young, similar childhood as me, he didn't have any food, for Thanksgiving, and someone knocked on the door and gave him food,
right.
His family for food. And so a lot of people don't know that people with a lot of money also give a lot to charity. Some of them don't. You got the Bernie Murdochs of the year. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But man, when you hang around successful people that stretch me, that's where I am now. I'm around a group of individuals that tell me that I can build $100, $200 million company, and that I should start doing it. So I'm going to start doing it.
Yeah. Well, we're all happy about that.
Yeah.
So let's see. I think I'm actually going to skip this next question because we pretty much already answered it. And I guess let's just keep rolling along here a little bit. I mean, if people want to.
You said one thing that I think that I need to add to too. One of the things that people really get confused with, think about this for a second, is when we learn from people that are above us, they only can teach us again what they know, right? So here's something that I want everyone to sort of think about. If I found Molly, and at the time I found Molly and met her, she had a job, a full-time job, single mom supporting 4 kids. See, if I'm now asking her to get involved in the business opportunity that I'm doing, I'm not only asking her to invest some of her money, I'm asking her to invest some of her time, and I have no problem with her making money also at her job. See, this really blows me away. See, there's a mentality out there that I think that needs to be broke because it's very unproductive. See, I have no problem with Molly keeping her job until the business opportunity that I'm working with her replaces that income. I have no problem with it. Well, what if you were a network marketer and you found an affiliate marketer or a network marketer at a different company? Watch the mentality. This is when you know you're not thinking correctly. So I find somebody and they're an ABC network marketing company and they're making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month. If they said to me, Robert, listen, I want to do your company too. I'm the happiest person on the planet. If they're doing their company and doing mine too, wow, I want them to be happy. I want them to make money. I love working with them. Now let's reverse it. If I have somebody that's making money with me and my network marketing company, and now it's not working the way it's supposed to, and they want to go get a job, now I'm mad at them. What?
Yeah.
What if that same person wants to get involved in another marketing company, affiliate, online marketing, network marketing? Do I really, really want the best for them, or do I just want them in my company marketing my stuff? It's interesting, because the people that I've had that fought me over the years with unlimited profits, as soon as they leave the company I'm in and go to another company, they're totally okay with it. Just a thought. Just a thought. The reason that they're okay with it is because they would love to get me and my people in that new company. But when I'm in the same company, then they don't like unlimited profits. Just a thought. Just a thought. I thought you'd like to play with that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's all about communication, and that kind of like leads to my next thing. It's like communication to me is the key. So, you know, there's a lot of miscommunication out there. There's a lot of like unnecessary drama. There's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of childish behavior, and I feel like, you know, with the program that we're in, you know, if you have any of that stuff going on, this can actually help you. Like, learn to communicate, learn to love yourself more, learn to, you know, be who you are, and be able to communicate with people, and help yourself get through those times in a, you know, in a masterful, high road type of way, you know?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well,
So, I mean,
the thing that I seen that you seen too, Molly, you know, at the GoPro event, there's some people there that understand what it's all about. They understand that the first thing they need to do is work on them.
mm-hmm.
You got to work on you more than you can work on anything. You got to become the kind of person that you love, and the kind of person that is not worried about competition. You're constantly creative, and you want to help everybody. So, like, I can't say it better than Eric Worre said it. He said that you go through 4 stages in life, and when I heard him say that, I went, wow, there it is. So, you know, first you're just this person that's afraid to do anything, you know, and then all of a sudden you get involved in being an entrepreneur, and you're sort of taking it in the wrong direction. You're willing to just say and do almost anything to get somebody involved. You know, you might exaggerate on the numbers. And I had a guy approach me just the other day that said he's in a company that's breaking records. And I said, really? I said, who had the records who had the records before you guys? And he went, what? And I said, it's funny because, you know, tonight Kobe Bryant's supposed to break Michael Jordan's record for scoring the most points in NBA history. So we know that Michael Jordan had a record. That's how we know that Kobe can beat it. So you get these people out there that are just hypesters and going, oh my God, our company's growing faster than anything in the world. No, you're not. So Eric Worre had something when we're all in the 6-figure summit. The truth is good enough.
right.
The truth is always good enough. And then the second part is you go into that thing where you become a taker. You know, so there's these people out there that feel the best way to be successful is to tell everyone that the company they're currently in is not for them, and they're doing things wrong, and the people they're working for are wrong. And so their goal is just to constantly take from other people, not trying to be a person that just wants to help everybody. The next phase, of course, is the fighter phase. These are where I see people going in, and it's like, it's funny when you meet them, Molly, because the only thing that you need to be doing is what they're doing.
Nothing else exists.
Yeah, they fight against everybody and everything. You know, there's no way that they would promote another leader or another person that could teach them. I know people right now that if Tony Robbins would do a free seminar for them and their group, they wouldn't do it. That's when you got to check your mindset. There's got to be something wrong going on there. You see what I mean? It's like, why wouldn't you want someone that's a personal performance coach teaching your people? Well, because you're a fighter and you got an ego, edging God out. Then the last one, of course, is a go-giver. That's when you run into a group of people that work so hard on themselves that they're not intimidated sitting next to 7 or 8 top income earners from other companies in the same role. And you see it at the GoPro event, we're all taking pictures with each other. We all edify each other. Tonight, like I told you, I'm doing a giant call for the second top money earner in another company. He's putting me on a call with all of his people. Why? Because he knows I'm a giver. He knows I'm a giver. I contacted him to say how I could help him. I wanted to learn from him. I said that. He goes, "Are you kidding me? I want to learn from you." And I'm not telling him he's in a bad company. I'm not telling him that he doesn't know what he's doing. I'm not telling him he needs to be away from that company and with me doing whatever I'm doing. So we'll help people get there.
I mean, if anything, don't you think it's important to let people make their own choices in order to be successful? If they don't make the choice on their own and learn to make their own choices, then really, how are they going to be successful, you know?
You're right on the money. And not only allow them, help them make that decision. I tell people all the time, well, listen, you know, I really, really like this company. I really like this product. I will help them find a person that I feel needs to fit in 3 criteria. 1 is someone that's documented. 2, someone that is documented in helping somebody else get a full-time income. And 3, somebody that's still actively building the business. Because there's people out there that have become successful, but they've never helped anybody else. If you ask them to give you a reference of someone that they've helped make a full-time income, they don't have anybody. So they figured out one part of the formula. They became full-time, entrepreneurs, but they never taught anybody else.
Right.
They need people that go into full-time and they make full-time incomes, but then they sort of take off. You know me pretty well. We're getting to know each other better. I do not have to do this.
No, and that's one of the things that we haven't even gotten to yet is like, that says so much just within itself is that, we all know that you could just kick back and eat bonbons all day if you wanted to. But you might do that some days.
Yeah.
But you're not, and so that to me that just says everything, really. You don't really have to even say, we could just not even do this whole interview and just show people that this is what you choose to do, and you don't have to do it, but you want to. And so, like, who wouldn't want to, like, benefit from somebody like that, really?
And just like I shared with you before with Bill Austin, you meet somebody that, and I'll give you a quick story about Bill Austin, and this was told personally by him. Every year, the Starkey Foundation and the who's who of the world shows up at the Starkey. It's called the Starkey Foundation, and they show up every year at his fundraiser thing. And so Bill Austin said, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, the guy that spoke up as the honorary speaker was Bill Clinton. And he said at that time, he said that he was doing about $50 or $60 million a year, that he was fitting, I forget how many children with hearing aids a year. And so he didn't realize that he surrounded himself by a bunch of people. Imagine, Molly, I introduce you to Bill Austin, and you find out that he dedicates his whole entire life to fitting children with hearing aids that never ever heard their mom say, "I love you." And so he surrounded himself. He surrounded himself with a bunch of people that love him, adore him, think he's the greatest person in the world. And he said that Bill Clinton, he was sitting next to Bill Clinton, and Bill Clinton pulled him over a little bit and said, "Man, I'm really proud of you. This is incredible work." He says, "These people love you." And he goes, "Thank you very much." And Bill Clinton looked at him right in the eyes and smiled and said, "Come on. You can do way better than this." And he went, "Yeah, I can." And he took it from 50, 60 million to $110 million of giving. Every chill on
Wow.
every hair on my body standing up. So you want to surround yourself by people that push you a little further. And so now I got a grandchild, and my middle son Matthew just got married. And when I say I don't have to do this, yes I do. Yes, I do. My legacy is on the line. You know,
Hmm.
my wanting to help people. I don't want to tell. I'm not impressed anymore by helping 45 people make $1 million a year. I'm not impressed by that anymore. The rest of the world can be, but I'm not impressed with it. It needs to be 1,000. That needs to be 10,000. So Molly, you there? Hopefully you'll come back. Sorry about that, Molly.
Hmm.
There you are.
Are you
Yeah.
there? We had a little blackout or something.
And if you see the picture that's on there that paused to you, it was like a model shot. It was perfect.
Oh, well, you sounded like you were almost had a little too much to drink there for a second. That's what I was seeing. I'm glad I'm the model, though. That's good.
That was cool. You had that perfect pose. The ribbon behind you and the wreath looked like a
Well, because
pop.
I'm so interested in what you're saying. I'm just like, whoa. I love it. Well, so where were we? I mean, the next thing on my agenda was I just wrote down the word weaknesses and fear. So
Okay.
if you want to run with that, go for it. I know that most people know all their weaknesses, but they neglect to really, a lot of them neglect to really, know what their strengths are. So
Right.
I guess the
Well,
question would be like, how do you take your weaknesses and turn them into strengths?
I'll give you a neat formula behind that. The formula behind that is very, very simple. God gave us, regardless of your belief, God gave us all this incredible potential. There's so much that each and every one of us can do and do more of. And so what the goal is for me is to have someone take a personality test. I did that through the mentorship program in the back. And when they take a personality test, they get to find out, Molly, what they're good at, what their strengths are. And when you find out what your strengths are and you get to focus on your strengths, well, then your potential then turns into action, and that action then gets you results. And when you get results, then your confidence and belief in yourself picks up, which gives you more potential. And it just starts wrapping. And so I tell people, instead of trying to work on your your weaknesses and make them stronger, let's find out what Molly's awesome at. Or the people that are watching this video, let's find out what you're super, super good at, and let's get you some results by doing that. And then guess what? Then that allows you to get rid of that fear, and now what you get to do is start tackling some of the things that you might be scared of. But
Hmm.
if you really, really get to know somebody really well, again, that this is a lot of working on me, is I've stopped myself from moving forward in life because I felt like there were certain things I couldn't do. And everyone's telling me, well, every successful person in the world has 5 or 10 or 20 or 100,000 people working for them. Why are you trying to figure out how to get good at something, or you don't think you can do someone, when you have the ability to learn how to generate revenue to hire somebody that loves doing that, that is good at that? And so, you know, that's something that we humanly do that we got to stop doing. That's like trying to look at your own resources and instead of being resourceful. If you're not really good at planning events, hire someone that's good at planning events.
Right.
Yeah, so
So find out what your strengths are and then use those to your advantage to make
yes.
you a more successful person, right?
Yep. And that will build your confidence and your belief in yourself, and then you'll start tackling the things that you're not good at.
Right. So the next one's kind of a funny one because I just, you know, like I said, got the pleasure of spending some time in Vegas with you at the GoPro, which was a life-changing event, I have to add. And I got to meet your wife and sit around with some of the girls and, kind of celebrate a little bit with your son, Matthew, even though I don't know him well, but just the fact that he got married. And I was like, oh my gosh, wow. But it seemed like everyone there that's doing the business together is also like enjoying themselves together. And I always laugh at, like, we just wrote this down, and it's like, how people always say, like, oh, don't mix business with pleasure, What do you think about that? Like, seriously, well, we already know what you think about, but elaborate a little more on that.
That was the reason for me switching who I was from the guy that wore, multi-thousand-dollar customized suits to jewelry to that whole concept. It starts out to be fake it till you make it, and then you start earning the income, and now you're supposed to dress to impress. And neither one of those are me. Neither one of those are me. And so all of a sudden I just thought, golly, if I can't figure out how to do this business by being me, then maybe I should just find something else to do. Because the more that I hung around people, Molly, that were really, really, really successful, you'll always hear a common theme. You got to do what you love. You got to do what you're passionate about. And you can become creative enough to make that make money. And so anyone that wants to challenge me on that, I'll prove you wrong. I'll prove you wrong. I always talk about this lady, one of my favorite stories. YouTube estimates she makes between $5 to $8 million a year. And here's what she does, Molly. She takes care of her children. She's a single mom. And what she does is she buys Disney toys. And then she unwraps those Disney toys. You never get to see her face. And she unwraps those Disney toys in front of a camera with her voice. And then she goes through all the toys in the package, explaining them all and telling their little story. If you go on YouTube, the YouTube channel is called Disney Collector, Disney-Collector, and she makes $5 to $8 million a year. And get this, I think some of her videos have been hit like 1 billion times.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah. I mean, and I know that you know it because you have 4 children, that when they get a little older, there's cartoons that, the kids just get in front of and they're fascinated. You know what I mean? Barney and, Sesame Street, all the ones, right? But people don't realize what does that for a toddler? Nothing. And because they just don't have an attention span, right? They're saying that her YouTube channels can nail any toddler because they're like standing there looking and they're like watching this toy being wrapped and they're like, and there's something about her voice. What was my point? My point to this is that everyone has a gift. Everyone has something that they love that they would do for no money. I need to show them how to turn that into a service for many, which ends up giving you thousands and tens of thousands of followers that are willing to buy the Disney toy from her instead of Amazon because they quiet their toddler.
Wow, yeah.
And so,
nailed it, huh?
so you start by saying, can you have fun? Yes, you can. You can have fun. You can enjoy each other. And here's my goal. Why not build a large organization, Molly? And I'm going to help you and anybody else that watches this video. That's my goal, is to find out what makes you passionate so that when you wake up a couple of times during the night, that's what you're thinking about doing. And so you might have sleepless nights, but you're not tired. You can't wait to get to it in the morning. You do it all day. And that's why I've always been accused of being a workaholic. I know I get more done in a day than some people get done in 5 or 6 years of their life because I love what I'm doing. My goal is to help people get that. When it's not fun, You know, when it's not fun and it's like work and it's like, then guess what? We're going to put that off. I make jokes about my weight all the time, and some people might laugh, but I used to work out all the time. And I don't like working out, so I don't anymore. I don't. So I met a guy one time that told me when I was ready that he thought that I should be creative and resourceful enough to find out things that I could do that I loved to do, that was exercise. Then I would do it. I mean, doesn't that make sense? You tell people, well, listen, you got to fall in love with working out. I haven't been able to figure out how to do that.
I agree.
So, so there's a lot of people out there that are doing marketing. We're contacting people they don't know, either offline or online, in their minds going, oh my God, that's like workout to me. See, I got to find a way for you to get passionate about something that you love, that you can talk about, that'll automatically generate relationships with people. And then guess what? I can't shut you up.
Yep. So if you want to find that, hey, you know what? A good way to find out what you are passionate about and what you love is to work on yourself.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. That's why I put that mentorship program together.
Yeah.
I knew that when people would watch that they would mentally in their mind go, oh my God, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. And so that's when all of a sudden people get really, really excited when I help people figure out their personality trait for the first time. And then they find out their differences between what they are and what other people are. It's like these light bulbs go off. I remember the first time my mentor did it for me. It's like I was like, oh my God, I'm not a weirdo. There's other people out there like me. So yes, I will always have fun building businesses and helping people build businesses, and that's what I'm about.
Yeah, and you can see that in you. You know, like that leads me to my next thing was learning and fulfillment. You know, fulfillment is just so important because I think, you know, if you can't learn enough to find what fulfills you, then you're not going to be able to have the successes that you dream about, you know?
You're absolutely correct. And there's also things in there that we know, but we don't know how to get there. It's like we all know that there should be some kind of contribution. We all know that we should be doing more to contribute to others. We all want a deeper connection. We all want a deeper connection with everybody. A lot of people just don't know how to do that and how to make that happen. But, you know, there's these 6 essential things that we need in our lives that people, just like mentorship, if you don't know, one of the #1 questions I've had this year since I started this mentorship program is, why do I need a mentor? And I'm like, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, out of the 5 or 6 areas in your life, depending on who you are, tell me on a scale of 1 to 10 how happy you are in each category. Well, you know, Albert Einstein said it the best. You know, why would you try to use the same mind and spirit and body and soul to get you out of a situation that those things put you in? You need some kind of outside info for someone to say to you, and guess what, Molly? They're going to ask you questions that you should have asked yourself that you already know. You just don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So they just ask you questions like, well, I'm not happy with my relationship. Well, then maybe you should get out.
Yeah, some people, it takes them a few.
Yeah, you're right. That's the very first thing we say. Yeah, we're right. Well, come on.
I feel like that question, why do I need a mentor, is the answer to the question is the question almost.
It is. It is.
Well, anyway, so I asked a few people if they had any questions for you.
Okay.
And if you want to just rip through the last few, these are questions that were actually sent to me by other people.
I would love that.
Either people that are already in the mentorship, or people that are looking at it, or people that are in another business. So I'll just kind of, some of them are kind of funny, but
No
let's
problem.
do it. Okay. So if you could go back This question's by my son, by the way. If
Okay.
you could go back and talk to yourself for only 5 minutes during your first week in your first network marketing business, what would you say to yourself? I thought that was a cute question.
It really, really, really is. And if I could say anything to myself, I just would say, man, your life a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now is going to be amazing if you do what you're going to do anyway. But if you do it harder, faster, and dream bigger, you're going to do more. So I would just tell myself, hey, I know you're scared and you're nervous, but man, you're going to pull this off, man. You're going to make a mark on the moon. It's going to be awesome.
So you would cheerlead for yourself.
I would. I would.
Awesome. That's a fabulous answer. And then, so the next one is, what do successful leaders do every day that unsuccessful, well, I guess if you're unsuccessful, you wouldn't be a leader, that unsuccessful people won't do?
I know they work on personal development.
Right.
The way, I know this sounds crude, but the way that people go to the bathroom in the morning and they brush their teeth, and some people take a shower, some people eat. For people that are leaders, real leaders, they understand the importance of getting better. You cannot, this whole mentality of taking what you already know and trying to get better is an illusion. I know so many people, Molly, really close leaders of mine, that they get stuck. It's funny, we call it a success coma. They get stuck with what, remember I was telling you about Bill Austin again with President Clinton?
Uh-huh.
You get stuck around a group of people that are all yes people telling you, oh my God, Molly, you're the best ever. You're the best teacher ever. You're the best speaker ever. Every time you do a presentation, every time you do a training, every time you do a call, you're surrounded by these people that just love you and they mean it. And it's, oh my God, you're awesome. You're great. And for that reason, we get in a success coma because we get so much praise and recognition. And you know, our checks never even are the same that got us there. See, some people work really hard and they get focused and they get a pin position, and people say that you're a grand poobah, right? And at a grand poobah, you're making a full-time income, and now you're getting more praise and recognition, and your checks are not enough to be able to make full-time income. And people won't regroup. They won't regroup. Ask for help, go back to a mentor, start, you know, say, I missed something. My mentor said something to me that was powerful one time. He said, you know what the worst kind of success is in the world? And I go, what? He goes, a little.
Yeah.
Because if you got a little success, you think you got it. So the leaders that I know, they just cannot wait to learn from other people, find out what they're doing, find out what's working and what's not working. They are fanatics at reading a couple of pages of a book, watching every new video and audio program that comes out. And, you know, just like the richest man in Babylon says, they take the first 10% of the money and they spend it on them. 10% of the money is your money. Your job is to use that to build you. Then give 10% to a charity.
So basically, don't get stuck in that place, like just because you hit a certain level and everyone's telling you you're all this and that, like move beyond that spot and ask for help, to go to someone that's done more and ask them, how do I get to the next level?
Bingo. Just continue to work on you. Become a better communicator, become a better speaker, become a better cheerleader, become a better everything. I mean, there's things in your life that you know you can get better at, and you just shouldn't listen to your own press.
Yeah.
You know.
So I guess an analogy would be that some celebrities don't even watch their own movies, huh?
They don't.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
And why is it that always the best of the best of the best you know, the first thought that came to my mind was Tom Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
And you constantly hear these people. They either A, don't watch their own stuff, and B, they don't think they're good. They're working at their craft every day. They don't think they're good. They don't surround themselves by people that tell them that they're awesome. It's fun to hang around people like in Las Vegas where you're humbled.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you're like going,
Both are good. A little bit of each is good, but you probably have to spend more time with the people that have done more than you.
yeah.
You know. So yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind that there was leaders that you seen speak at that event that just went, if
Yeah.
they can do it, I need to get to work. I need to stop goofing off. I mean, that's why it's fun hanging around those people, because you stop looking at your achievements and what you've done again, like you haven't done anything. You can do more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You can do a lot more. So.
All right, let's end it with one last question here, because
Okay.
we went pretty long on this, and it's okay. I mean, I'm having fun, and you know, this has been really great. And you know, if people don't end up watching the whole thing, whatever, they watch what they watch, right?
Yeah, I still have people that show up to a 2-day training and they
Yeah,
got more important things to do than learn.
yeah. Well,
People
I'm
tell
learning
me,
a ton,
people
so
tell me all the time, people can't make it to an hour video, and I'm going, well, I feel sad or sorry for them because
yeah,
they seem to be able to make it through 2 hours of Terminator, you know.
yeah. Or Beverly Hills Housewives, right? No. So
Okay.
anyway, the last question is, and this is actually my question, but it says, do you ever just have days where you don't want to talk to anyone, maybe except for maybe Terry?
Well, I've been with Terry for 30 years, so to be 100% honest, and I always am, there's days that I don't want to talk to her either.
Right? You, you just have days where you just don't want to talk to anyone ever?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's days where I need to recharge, and I'm far from perfect. I'm never going to be perfect, and so I run into days sometimes where I just go, why? You know, I go, God, I'm putting in, you know, all of these hours and doing all this stuff for people that don't appreciate me, and they're unmotivated and they won't believe in themselves, and you know, I could just take my money and travel the world and just, I don't know, get massages under palm trees someplace in Hawaii, you know, and yeah, I do go through days like that. And they used to bother me for, like, you know, sometimes a couple of weeks, and I've just worked on it where Tony Robbins talks about this best. You have the ability to change your state of mind, and you physically got to do it. You physically got to listen to your favorite song, watch your favorite video, listen to your favorite part of your personal development. I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm going to tell you the things that get me now. I watch a video of me speaking at GoPro, and I'm like, listen, that's the other guy. You know what I mean? That's the other guy that was on the top of his game that day. And so I tell people, by doing YouTube videos, and Molly, I know you've done a few. I tell people all the time, you know, you got to do that. You got to do that. You can't go back and watch your own videos and not get pumped right up. I mean, oh my God. And that's not saying that you're saying you're good, or you just see yourself in a different state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
You see yourself in a different state of mind. So I'll give you a crazy, you know, crazy analogy. It'd be like if you were in your worst mood, and I came over to your place. Of course, I would cheer you up just by, you know, me coming over. But if I came over and I said, "Wow," I said, do you have any pictures, you know, of your children?" And I could show you pictures of your children, like after they were born or during certain times. And I'm telling you what, I couldn't take that smile off your face.
Yeah.
It'd be impossible. So we have a tendency of staying in our own mind and during bad times too long. And so that used to be weeks for me, and now it's minutes for me. Now I know that, you know, I'm not feeling good. I'm not at my I am not at my top game, and I just know exactly the things I need to do to snap me right out of it.
Yeah. And
So,
it's important to learn those, you know. It's important to, so you, because you're wasting too much time if you don't know how to do that, you know.
well, I know some people that love being there. You know,
Yeah.
I know some people that love drama, love talking about their past story, and just love ruining everybody's day. That was me 28 years ago.
Yeah, those people are out there, but I can't imagine that they really, really do love that. I think it's just a front. Like, I really can't imagine that someone would really, really love doing that.
Well, they get attention from it. They're addicted to it. There's people out there that, you know, you were talking about the housewives. You know,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
people that are flat out addicted to drama, man. Oh my God.
Oh, man. It is funny, but I don't know. I think what that does for me the most, if I watch that, is kind of make me feel lucky for who I am, honestly.
At least my life isn't that bad. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what it does for me.
It's a little crazy. But anyway, well, is there anything else that you would like to tell our viewers here today
I would.
before we end this
Yeah,
fabulous conversation?
yeah. Well, first of all, Molly, I want to thank you very much for, you know, having the courage and putting out and just saying you wanted to do this. I really, really love and respect you, and I love working with you. And I just want everyone that's watching this video just to really, truly believe in your heart that if I can do it and others can do it, Molly can do it, you can do it. And so Molly and I decided to partner up here and work together. And you know, she's going through the training, and I would just love that you find a way to connect to Molly. Let her be like a tour guide of yours to Unlimited Profits and show you all the tools we have in Success in Minutes in the mentoring program, and just let us help you. I know people always say that, you know, well, listen, you say it's free, but that, you know, you're just tricking us. But we're not tricking you. It's free. It's something that came from my heart. If you really know me personally and just Google my name, Robert Hollis, you'll find out that I don't need your money. You know, the only reason for money usually in compensation plans is to pay other people that do need money. So if you know, that's the key right there, is for you to learn how to build a satisfied, loyal following and customer base that gets to know, like, and trust you. You get to know, like, and trust them. And then guess what? Then all of a sudden the business stuff starts coming together. So I just ask you to reach out to Molly, let her be a tour guide for you. Me and her work personally together, so if she needs me for anything, she's the kind of person that will say, listen, I don't know the quite answer to that one, but let's get Robert on the line, and he'll answer that question for you. So we're here to help you. We got a lot of people to help, and again, we don't care what you're trying to do. We don't care if you're trying to sell jewelry or build a pizzeria, or if you're doing online marketing, affiliate marketing, or network marketing. Our goal is to help you be happy and do the thing that you know you should do. So there's my end words.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I feel like, you know what, the benefits are so great from this, and I appreciate your time, Robert, and I appreciate you helping me, you know, become a better person, and you know, helping me become more financially free and be able to, you know, fulfill some of my dreams in what I'm calling the second half of my life here. So,
Yay.
You know, I couldn't be happier to work with you and some of the gang. We won't name all the names, but there's some amazing people. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks so much, Robert. I'll talk to you soon too.
You bet. God bless.
Take care.